So there's going to be some diss tracks at some people in the album that's coming out. Some names will be called out in the album that's coming out.
It's a good chance.
It's a good chance.
Yeah, it's a good chance.
Is there going to be like a Leroy in there, Bruce Leroy type of thing, or no?
Oh, that was a nice alley-oop right there. 50 Cent, you saw he threw me the alley-oop about your son. Yeah.
That's a nickname.
Bruce Leroy.
Yeah.
That should be a song title.
Well, could it be?
Might not be too It might not be too late. Just imagine if I had the chance to slap 50 Cent with this shit right here. Come get it, 50.
Listen to Iceman.
I listened to some of it. My engineer was horrendous. This is a motherfucker who always bringing up Michael Jackson. What a Billie Jean at?
It's fair to say you guys won't be collaborating anytime soon.
I don't know. Your son might want to go fishing. But when it come to making moves, I'm telling you all this because I'm getting ready. I'm doing some, album shit, right? But for the ones that want to know, this album number 12, Rose, how are you always so confident when it come to your business? Because it go the way I wanted to go. My album come out, I'm already paid before the album come out. It's Rose. I don't know when them niggas sit on them podcasts doing all them little deals, I don't know what little niggas y'all talking to. The industry has changed, and guess what? As a boss, you put the number up there. This is what we gonna do, just to do business with me. I've sold records, nigga, for the last 20 years. You know what I do, not just for myself, but the entire brand. Rose paid. I pray y'all niggas get paid before the album come out, nigga, because when you put the album together, that's the work.
Rose, the history with you and 50, is it better now? You guys now friends? Like, do you guys talk now, or is it still no relationship?
Nah, homie Wash. We've never been cool.
From day one?
No.
This is a big business you guys are a part of. You guys are two of the heavyweights in the business.
I mean, what is there to talk about?
A lot of things to talk about. History, the beef.
What kind of history?
The internet has been going crazy over one question. Is Rick Ross about to turn his next album into the latest chapter of one of hip-hop's biggest ongoing wars? As anticipation builds around his upcoming project set in stone, fans are dissecting every interview, every social media post, and every rumored track title, convinced that Ross isn't finished addressing either 50 Cent or Drake. Reports surrounding the album rollout, combined with Ross' recent public comments, have only fueled the speculation. Nobody expected the conversation to escalate this quickly. For months, Rick Ross has been making headlines with blunt criticism of Drake, questioning everything from his music to his standing in the rap game. At the same time, his long-running rivalry with 50 Cent has shown no signs of disappearing, with both artists continuing to exchange public jabs whenever the opportunity presents itself. Now, with a new album only days away, fans believe every teaser could be hiding another lyrical attack.
In 06, everybody was bidding for you.
There was a lot of people who understood my direction. I just made it clear this wasn't going to be regular. This big boy heavyweight shit.
Would you put Drake at your level?
Of course not. He's a minion.
You're not putting Drake at your level.
I can see it in your eyes. You might be confused. PBD, come on now.
Yeah.
I catch your alleys.
I'm telling you.
You can't be afraid of a response from a minion.
Some listeners are convinced the tracklist itself contains clues. Others think Ross is simply using the excitement to build anticipation before release. And while social media has been flooded with theories about diss records aimed at both Drake and 50 Cent, much of that remains speculation until the music is actually released. Recent online discussions show just how divided hip-hop fans have become over what they expect to hear. But this story is about much more than a few possible diss tracks. It's about years of shifting alliances, billion-dollar brands, bruised egos, industry politics, and a rivalry that has stretched across multiple eras of hip-hop. Somewhere between friendship, competition, business, and personal pride, the relationship between these rap heavyweights changed forever. And if the rumors surrounding Set in Stone prove true, what happens next could become one of the most talked about moments of the year. To understand why so many people believe Rick Ross' new album could reignite multiple rap feuds, it's important to look at where things stand today rather than where they started. The excitement isn't coming from a single interview or one cryptic social media post. It's the result of months of public exchanges, carefully timed announcements, and a fan base that has learned to read between the lines whenever one of hip-hop's biggest names prepares to release new music. The announcement of Set in Stone immediately sparked discussion across music media and social platforms. Album releases from established artists always generate excitement, but this one carried a different kind of energy. Instead of asking what Ross' next musical direction might be, many fans immediately wondered who he might be talking about. That reaction didn't appear out of nowhere. Over the past year, Ross has repeatedly made headlines for his comments about Drake. Some of those remarks came during interviews, while others surfaced through social media clips that spread rapidly online. His criticism wasn't subtle, and it became clear that the competitive tension between the two artists had evolved into something much more public. Those moments kept fans paying attention because every news statement seemed to raise another question. Was Ross simply promoting himself? Was he expressing genuine frustration? Or was he laying the groundwork for what would eventually appear on his next album? No one outside Ross' camp knows for certain. At the same time, another familiar name continued appearing in the conversation: 50 Cent. Unlike newer rivalries that can disappear after a few weeks, the tension between Rick Ross and 50 Cent has existed for years. Their history has become one of hip-hop's longest-running public feuds, resurfacing whenever either artist has a new project, a major interview, or a viral social media moment. That history matters because fans rarely separate current events from everything that came before. When Ross announces new music, listeners naturally wonder whether old conflicts will resurface alongside new songs. Social media has amplified those expectations. Within hours of album announcements, fans began posting theories about possible lyrics, imagined collaborations, and potential responses from Ross rivals. Some users pointed to previous interviews. Others highlighted recent Instagram activity. Still others analyzed promotional artwork and track titles, searching for hidden meanings that might not even exist. This kind of detective work has become common in modern hip-hop. Albums are no longer experienced only on release day. They're discussed, predicted, debated, and dissected for weeks beforehand. Every teaser becomes evidence. Every interview becomes a clue. Every silence becomes part of the story. For artists, that level of attention can create enormous anticipation, but it also creates expectations that may be impossible to satisfy. Another reason people care so deeply about this release is Rick Ross' reputation as an artist who has never shied away from addressing competition through his music. Throughout his career, confidence has been one of his defining characteristics. Whether discussing business success, luxury, or his place within rap, Ross has consistently projected the image of someone unwilling to back down from public criticism. That image naturally fuels speculation whenever a new album approaches. If listeners already believe Ross is in conflict with another major artist, they'll assume those emotions could appear in his lyrics, even before hearing a single song. Meanwhile, music journalists and entertainment commentators have added another layer to the conversation. Coverage surrounding the album has focused not only on the music itself, but also on the possibility of lingering rivalries influencing the project's reception. Some analysts believe any direct lyrical references would dominate headlines, potentially overshadowing the album's broader artistic themes. Others argue the opposite. They believe fans sometimes become so focused on celebrity drama that they overlook the music itself. From that perspective, speculation about Drake or 50 Cent may say more about audience expectations than about Ross' actual intentions. For now, both possibilities remain open. Another fascinating aspect of the rollout is how quickly online discussions can reshape public perception. A single podcast clip, an interview excerpt, or even an ambiguous lyric preview can trigger thousands of reactions within minutes. Before long, theories begin circulating as though they're established facts, even when no official confirmation exists. That's why separating verified information from fan interpretation has become increasingly important. What is confirmed is that Rick Ross has a major album on the way. It's also confirmed that he has recently been outspoken about certain artists, including Drake. Beyond that, many of the predictions surrounding specific diss tracks remain exactly that, predictions. Yet even without hearing the full project, one thing is already clear. This album has become bigger than a collection of songs. It's become the center of a much larger conversation about competition, reputation, legacy, and the evolving landscape of hip-hop. But that wasn't even the biggest problem. It's easier to understand why fans are so quick to connect Rick Ross' new music to old rivalries. The anticipation surrounding Set in Stone isn't based on a single headline. It reflects years of competition, shifting alliances, and moments that gradually reshaped relationships across hip-hop. Rick Ross built his career on a larger-than-life persona. From the beginning, his music celebrated ambition, luxury, and the pursuit of success. Albums like Port of Miami, Teflon Don, and God Forgives I Don't helped establish him as one of rap's biggest stars, while his Maybach Music Group label expanded his influence beyond his own recordings. As his profile grew, so did the number of high-profile relationships he maintained within the industry. Some became long-term collaborations. Others eventually turned into rivalries. One of the most notable was his relationship with Drake. For years, the two artists worked together on successful records, appeared on each other's projects, and seemed to share mutual respect. Their collaborations were well received, and many fans viewed them as natural creative partners. But relationships in hip-hop can evolve just as quickly as they form. Over time, public appearances together became less frequent. Industry observers noticed the distance, even if neither artist immediately explained it. Eventually, interviews and social media posts hinted that the friendship had changed. Recent public comments from Ross have made that shift impossible to ignore. He has openly criticized Drake's direction and questioned aspects of his current career. Those remarks became major talking points because they came from someone who had once been viewed as an ally rather than a rival. That history gives every new Ross lyric additional weight. If a line sounds pointed, listeners immediately wonder whether it references Drake, even when Ross hasn't identified anyone by name. Sometimes those interpretations prove accurate. Other times they're simply fan theories fueled by existing tensions. The situation with 50 Cent follows a very different timeline. Unlike the more recent disagreements involving Drake, the conflict between Rick Ross and 50 Cent stretches back well over a decade. Their rivalry has included diss records, interviews, social media exchanges, and repeated public criticism. Although the intensity has fluctuated over the years, it has never completely disappeared. What makes that feud unusual is its longevity. Many rap disagreements fade as artists focus on new projects or changing priorities. This one has repeatedly resurfaced, often because one side comments on the other during an interview, posts something online, or responds to a trending topic. Social media has transformed the way those moments unfold. Years ago, artists primarily responded through songs or press appearances. Today, a single Instagram post or short video can become headline news within minutes. Fans react instantly, entertainment outlets amplify the conversation, and speculation spreads long before either artist offers additional context. That constant cycle has changed expectations. Modern audiences don't simply wait for albums anymore. They follow every preview, interview, live stream, and promotional appearance, trying to identify clues about what might come next. Sometimes those clues lead to accurate predictions. Other times they create narratives that never materialize. Behind the scenes, there is also a business dimension that shouldn't be overlooked. In today's music industry, album releases compete for attention in an environment filled with streaming platforms, podcasts, viral clips, and social media trends. Any major conversation, whether it's about collaborations, controversy, or rumored diss tracks, can dramatically increase public interest. That doesn't necessarily mean artists manufacture conflict, but it does explain why public disputes often receive as much attention as the music itself. For established artists like Rick Ross, reputation has become part of the product. His audience expects confidence, directness, and a willingness to defend his place in hip-hop. Those expectations shape how listeners interpret every interview and every song announcement. At the same time, it's important to distinguish confirmed events from speculation. It is confirmed that Ross has publicly criticized Drake in recent months. It is also well documented that his rivalry with 50 Cent has continued through periodic public exchanges over the years. However, claims that specific unreleased songs contain direct attacks remain unverified until listeners can actually hear the album. That distinction matters because anticipation can sometimes become larger than reality. Even so, the conversation surrounding Set in Stone has already accomplished something significant. Long before release day, It has reignited debates about loyalty, competition, artistic legacy, and the unwritten rules of hip-hop. And as more fans revisit old interviews, classic collaborations, and years of public exchanges, another question begins to emerge. What if this album isn't simply revisiting old rivalries? What if it's Rick Ross' attempt to redefine where he stands in today's rap landscape and force everyone else to respond? That possibility would change the story entirely. Now the story becomes even more interesting. As more details have emerged ahead of the release of Set in Stone, the conversation has shifted from simple speculation about diss tracks to a broader discussion about Rick Ross' place in today's hip-hop landscape. The album is no longer being viewed solely as another release from a veteran rapper. For many fans and commentators, it has become a statement about relevance, longevity, and legacy. That distinction is important. Hip-hop has entered an era where artists from different generations are competing for the same headlines. Streaming numbers, viral moments, podcast interviews, and social media activity often shape public perception just as much as the music itself. In that environment, every major album carries expectations that extend far beyond the track list. Rick Ross appears well aware of that reality. Throughout the rollout, he has projected confidence in both the music and his position within the culture. Rather than avoiding difficult questions about rivalries, he has continued speaking openly in interviews, knowing those comments will inevitably become part of the album's narrative. Whether intentional or not, that strategy has kept his name at the center of industry conversations. Meanwhile, fans continue to debate what they expect to hear once the album arrives. One group believes Ross will use the project to deliver direct lyrical responses to Drake, pointing to their recent public exchanges as evidence that unresolved tensions remain. Another group argues that any references, if they exist at all, are likely to be subtle rather than the centerpiece of the album. Until the music is released, neither interpretation can be confirmed. The same uncertainty surrounds his long-running relationship with 50 Cent. Their rivalry has endured for years, but that doesn't necessarily mean every new Ross project is built around attacking his longtime opponent. While fans often expect another chapter in their feud, artists also evolve creatively, and albums frequently explore a much wider range of personal and professional experiences. Still, the history between the two ensures that listeners will pay close attention to every lyric. Entertainment media has also played a significant role in amplifying these discussions. Headlines frequently focus on the possibility of conflict because controversy naturally attracts attention. A single line that appears to reference another artist can dominate coverage, even if the rest of the album explores entirely different themes. That dynamic has become one of the defining characteristics of modern hip-hop coverage. Instead of waiting for listeners to interpret the music on their own, online conversations often begin before an album is even available. Fans analyze promotional videos, podcast appearances, social media captions, and interview clips, building theories that spread across platforms within hours. Sometimes those theories prove remarkably accurate. Other times, they disappear as soon as the full project is released. Industry analysts have pointed out that this level of anticipation reflects something larger than one album. It demonstrates how deeply audiences have become invested in the personal stories surrounding major artists. Fans no longer follow only the music. They follow the business decisions, friendships, rivalries, collaborations, and public appearances that shape an artist's career. Rick Ross has spent nearly 2 decades building that kind of public profile. His success as a recording artist, entrepreneur, and label executive has allowed him to remain influential even as the industry has changed dramatically around him. Few artists maintain that level of visibility for so long, which is why each new project attracts intense scrutiny. As release day approaches, one thing is becoming increasingly clear. Regardless of whether Set in Stone contains direct references to Drake, 50 Cent, both, or neither, the album has already achieved one major objective. It has people talking. Fans are revisiting old interviews, replaying classic collaborations, comparing timelines, and debating what each recent public comment might actually mean. That conversation alone demonstrates how much influence these artists continue to hold. At the same time, it's worth separating confirmed information from online speculation. The album's release is confirmed. Rick Ross' recent public criticism of Drake is documented. His long-running public rivalry with 50 Cent is also well established. However, claims about specific unreleased lyrics or hidden messages remain speculative until the music can be heard in full. Only then will listeners be able to judge whether the expectations matched reality. But by that point, another chapter in one of hip-hop's most closely watched stories will already have begun. And no matter what the album ultimately reveals, the discussions surrounding loyalty, competition, reputation, and legacy are almost certain to continue. Because in hip-hop, the music may start the conversation, but it's the story behind the music that often keeps it alive. As the anticipation surrounding Set in Stone reaches its peak, one thing is certain. Rick Ross has once again become the center of one of hip-hop's biggest conversations. Whether the album includes direct shots at Drake, revisits his long-running rivalry with 50 Cent, or focuses primarily on his own journey, its impact will ultimately be determined by the music, not by rumors circulating online. This story also highlights how much the rap industry has evolved. Albums are no longer judged only after they're released. Every interview, every social media post, every teaser, and every public comment becomes part of the rollout. Fans, commentators, and fellow artists all contribute to the narrative long before anyone presses play on the first track. At the same time, it's important to separate verified facts from speculation. Public disagreements can fuel excitement, but the music itself remains the only place where listeners can truly evaluate an artist's message. Until then, theories about hidden disses or surprise responses remain exactly that, unconfirmed theories. No matter where you stand, there's no denying that Rick Ross, Drake, and 50 Cent have each left a lasting mark on hip-hop. Their careers have shaped different eras of the genre, and every new chapter adds another layer to their legacies. The real question is whether this album will be remembered for its music, its controversy, or perhaps both. Now we'd like to hear from you. Do you think Rick Ross is really preparing to take lyrical shots at Drake and 50 Cent? Or do you believe fans are reading too much into the album rollout? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this documentary and want more in-depth coverage of hip-hop's biggest stories, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss an update. And when you're done, check out our next video as we continue breaking down the biggest rivalries, business moves, and defining moments shaping the world of hip-hop. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.